Hello everybody, FunshineX here. Welcome back to my Satisfactory Let's Play. As promised, I hooked up all of my foundries and got all the splitting working here. It's working really hard on making us some steel. It's making tons. I've got storage containers completely full of it. But I changed it around a little bit from our previous thing. The thing I had where it went straight into one splitter, straight into another splitter, straight into another splitter, meant that half of it went into the first foundry, and then half of that went to the second foundry, and half of that little bit in the last foundry, and the last guy got like nothing, and it wasn't evening out. So instead, since our coal was already split in two, I just used two splitters for that. That was really easy. And then the iron, I threw it in one splitter here, and then each of those splits again. So we get even distribution, completely nice, 100% whatever, even. Now, another thing I did is I've upgraded the belts to Mark IIs, so they should be bringing in, what, 120? I'm going to make sure that number's right. Yeah, 120. So it's 120 for now. We'll try and get it to Mark III later. You can see up in the top right, I'm just need some motors to get to Mark III. But that means the 120's coming in here, 60's going that way, into here, and then 30 into each of these guys. So that means my foundry, the maximum I need to accept is 30. And you can actually underclock these things. I don't see many people doing that, but if you don't need the higher speed, why waste the power, right? So I clocked it down to 66%, so instead of 45, it takes 30, which is the perfect amount for it, right? So this should be exactly 120 steel, right? Or I guess you get half that, let's see. I get 20 per minute, so 80 steel coming out of these every minute with 100% efficiency of the power that they're using. So I like that, and you can see I'm just got storage bay after storage bay, storage container filled up with steel. And then I went ahead and I merged those two into that one and these two, and then they all merge up again into this one. And I'll have to upgrade the these guys again. I think that one's a Mark II. So that it all comes out here. And then it goes into this guy, which is completely full. And then it goes up there to the mystery area. Yeah, I got a little carried away when I was putting this together, trying to figure out how I wanted the base set up, and I just started building, and I wasn't recording. And I'm like, oh man, I should have recorded a bunch of this because I built a whole factory. No, not so much, just a little bit. So I kind of find it kind of funny that I take the steel that I've got 4 outputs there, and then I'm like, well, I need to switch it to 4 inputs. So well, why did I even reduce it to 1 and then split it to 4 again? So I think I'm going to redo this so that all 4 of those just come out with 4 lines that go along the wall and then go into the little things. Yeah, that should be fine. Once those run at max speed, we're going to be producing 120 steel per minute. So that's kind of the number that I went with when looking at these constructors here. So each of these constructors, it sucks because if you use the wall with the built-in conveyor, you can't fit the constructors next to each other. So I had to like back one out, like zigzag them so they could fit. Perfect line, nice even straight line. But if we look at these, this one produces beams and it needs 30 steel per minute. So if we're getting 120, we could do 40 of the steel beams. But I also want to produce the steel pipes as well, and those are 15 per minute. So I did the math of 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 15 plus 15 is 120. So once our steel is completely up to 120, then all 5 of these machines should run fairly quick, or 100% efficiency, and they'll be producing 30 steel pipes per minute between the 2 of those, and 30 steel beams per minute between the 3 of those. Cool. All right, now this building I think is going to be pretty cool because it's got a track for my car that goes through it. So as you drive down this hill, there's actually going to be a tunnel. I'm going to build this over here that the car drives up in, and I can actually like drive through the building. And then I've got these little ramps here to get up. That's the plan for the steel factory here. So first thing is producing the 30 steel beams and 30 steel pipes. These are called pipes, right? Yeah. Per minute, and then they're going to go across the path of the truck. So it's going to see these conveyors going across that as you drive through the building. That'll go into the actual other machines, and that's what we're going to build today. So do I have? Where's my manual? I had a manual workbench around here. I don't remember where I put it. Oh yeah, so I did have to split it here to get these last two machines. That's okay. This will all be redone. And that's why I didn't really bother to film it. Okay, so let's plan out the things that we need to make with beams and beams and pipes of steel. Not this guy, this guy. Down here. All right, so the first thing we probably want to get is this encased industrial beam, which is going to be 4 of our steel beams and some concrete. All right, so that's going to use beams. Stators are going to use the pipes, and then they're going to use some copper. And then the motors are going to use the stators, so that's just a second production line. And stators aren't used for anything else, so I might want to create a buffer using a storage container, but I don't need to like send that to any warehouse for storage or anything, long-term storage, because they might be used to turn in for a milestone, but they're not used to build anything but motors, so might as well turn them all into motors. And the motors are going to take the stators and then just the rotors from our iron factory. And then the modular frame takes steel pipes and the industrial beams. So we'll definitely want to take these beams, put a bunch of them in storage, pipe the rest of them into this heavy modular frame constructor. But the thing about this is we don't have a machine yet that can take 4 inputs. And I think that's coming later in Tier 5 once we unlock that. So we'll have to hold on to this with just the plan that we need to put some steel of both types in here. So let's try and get up to motors today with the encased industrial beams, the stators, and the motors. And all those are going to be assemblers. Okay. So let's go in this thing and just say production, assemblers. Just give me, let's start with 3 and see how we do. All we are missing is modular frames. Do we have any in our truck? Or can we just make some? Oh, we can make a bunch. Cool. Okay. Let's go back over here to the factory. And these are all blinking yellow because they're completely backed up. They've all produced their max. Now we're going to go over here on this side. And I've got to expand this still. I might go into the water, I don't know. I'm a little concerned with that ledge there, actually. Should we go up a level, maybe? Now we're going to hit that rock. It's not going to do much for us. Okay. Let's just put a few foundations in here. And we'll start with a assembler. The other option is to go up a level, like make an upstairs or something. Oh, and I saw someone do this. This is really handy. Go into organization, get a lookout tower. Just where we don't, I don't know, maybe right here. And then climb up it and place our buildings that way. Then we get a nice bird's eye view. Much easier to align them, that kind of thing. Okay, so it's telling us that that is lined up with this guy. I probably want to line it up not in the middle, but right like that. Back it up one line like That's probably okay. Sure. Let's try that. And let's check our numbers here. So if we want to make, this is the beams constructor. So we need 16 beams per minute and 20 copper. How many beams was that producing over there? It's probably 10. Yeah, this is making 10. So I'd probably like to put in at least 2 into this guy. So these two together, which will be really easy. We'll just grab this conveyor belt, throw it right. Oh, you're encroaching with this guy. Go there. And then we will have somewhere along here a joiner, merger, whatever. I want to put it like right in the middle of their walkway or the driveway. Yeah, sounds good right here. Okay, so that goes in there as well. So that'll be putting 20 in there, so that'll be plenty for this guy to run full time, as long as we get him some concrete and some power, of course. Cool. And the other one, let's go down this side and make some. Oh, I knew I had one somewhere around here. Okay, so coming out of you, another similar. Again, let's line it up. It looks lined up. Right there. Did I line you up perfectly? Oh yeah, nice and straight line there. Okay, you are you're making stators with steel pipes. And you require 18 of them per minute to run full speed. These guys are out producing 15. Okay. Do I need steel pipes or anything else? I do. So I don't think I'm going to combine these. I'm just going to leave them like this. And that one there will go into our the final thing. The heavy modular machines will take from out of there. So we might have to overclock that guy a little bit to get him up to 18 that we need. Okay. That's awesome. Let's get them power. And that one can go into the final product. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm liking this. Or actually, that one could be the one that we store, that we use for conveyors, because we're going to need steel for conveyors. Although, is it steel beams or steel? I don't know. Yeah, power. Why can't I grab the power off of you? Are you maxed? You are maxed. Okay, so let's take this power line then. Can't get enough of those boots. Need a tall foundation here. Having everything lined up, nice and square-like. There we go. Probably. Will this pipe wire interfere? Looks okay. Yeah, that doesn't look good. It looks much better on that side, so. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, these are now online. Still not consuming anywhere close to what we had. And actually I've hooked up the base, the main base, so the power will actually connect there and go up the hill to the other base. Okay, so we need to bring down here copper wire. And concrete. Both of which I have ready to go. Now I think it'd be cool to just pop some stackables on here. And bring our limestone and copper along with the coal. Or the steel. The copper. Is this the bacon? Look, there's bacon plants. This is the first time I'd seen them in this valley here, but you can actually eat the bacon. I don't need it right now, but they're little mushrooms that look like bacon. Okay, so the copper's coming right there. And we want it to hit right there. So this side of the water looks great. I'll put the copper on the middle. Can I reach you from here? Nope. I don't remember how I even got up there. I think the backside is way up. It's like on top of this, like, just plateau. Yeah, here's the way up. And this was a normal copper, so we only get 120 out of this, right? Yep. But I think we can go down to this rock here, maybe? Okay, guys, we're back. I started building like a huge base because like, oh, I've got 120 copper coming out of here, so I need like 4 smelters, and that means 8 things. And then I'm like, wait, I don't need that much. Like the copper wire, I need like 60 output to fill my requirements over there. So I just made 2 because each constructor makes 45. If I overclock, I could get that up to 60 with 1. Right now I'm making 90, so I'm even overkill. So we can even tune these down maybe to 66% here. Come on, let me hit that 66 tick right there. And now we'll make 30 per minute there. Always got to be the most efficient, right? And that will actually be making exactly 60, which is what we need. Cool. This guy, you are out. What do these guys need now between them? 20. So we can also take you to 66%. So you make 20. And that means we only need 20 copper, which means a miner Mark II is way overkill. So I'll probably be replacing that with... Can I get up there anymore? Oops. I need to make one of these into a door. Get a miner Mark I here. I just don't have the requirements. So I could take you even down to maybe like 20% right now. Even lower. $17. There we go. It's all about efficiency. Cool. So this is the little tiny copper factory that's there. I really like the look of these gates. They look like a window when you put the railing next to there. I think that's a pretty cool look, especially from the outside. I'm gonna put more wall on this and a roof, but let you kind of peek inside, see what's going on in there. I'm gonna go door here. Then I've got the coppers coming out the window, or one of these little conveyor windows, and then going along the side, coming down here, and then back up with the other stuff. So, next up, do that exact same thing with the limestone way over here. And we'll probably have it follow this line. Oh, I'm out of tubes. Okay, so I'm going to take another cut and get my limestone coming on over here. I think I've already turned it into cement. Yeah, I forgot that I built that. So this is already just going into a big buffer of cement right here. Extra miners if I need them. So we will go ahead and pipe those out and over to the factory, and then we can set up the assemblers. Be right back. All right, just like that, a half an hour later, and I've got limestone up here. I just followed the line of the coal and then swapped it over to the line of the copper, which joins with the steel and heads on up this way. And then I've got some crazy conveyors going on in there. They look pretty cool. I just need to hook limestone to the right window and to the left window. If I can get on here. Copper. It might have a little bit of clipping we have to fix. I don't know. This is pretty crazy wiring here. I might redo the whole thing. Well, I'm gonna redo the whole splitter, but let's see how it looks as it comes in. Ah! Oh, I don't know what I landed on. I need some walkways. Does it hit? No, it doesn't hit. It actually goes right underneath. Okay, that'll do for now. But anyway, this limestone, cement, whatever, comes into this place. Let me in here. And it has to go up and over this machine. Even though it doesn't look like it, it's actually a lot taller. It's all the way to there, so I had to go all the way up there. And then run this crazy spiral to go down and around and down and around, and then across the bridge into our assembler. Nuts. And then this one's even crazier. But I found a good way to do nice, pretty loops like this. If you just put two of these stacked ones, just about blocks width apart, whatever these are, foundation widths apart, you can have this nice thing where it goes down, and then you go around and then back on the next level, then down and back around the next level, and it looks really slick. Like everything's nice, and I don't know, the curves just look good. So our copper wire is going to take a nice little trip around this thing to make it into our assembler. It looks like our cement is just arriving, so we'll get our first automated steel beam, industrial beam here. And I'll need to work out the rates and see if I'm getting enough. I should be getting over the amount of concrete and copper that I need. Yeah, it's putting in way faster than it's making it. Cool, but there's our steel beam. Copper's gonna be a little bit longer. Yeah, did we say we were gonna try to make motors this round though? Oh my goodness. So I need another assembler. Maybe this direction. I'm just gonna put it down, I'll move it. Oops. And this is making motors. It needs rotors and stators. Stators are coming out of here. Rotors. We gotta bring down rotors. I think that's time. I'm contemplating doing a truck route. Let's see if we can get that working. I don't know. That might be pretty crazy. We can try it. Let's do it. Okay, so if we go to vehicles and get truck station, we are missing modular frames, which are back in the other place anyway. So let's start over in the iron area. And we'll bring those rotors down. Eventually we'll need to bring screws down too, so. Now what this will do is we'll create a truck station just right out here in front maybe. Or maybe even in the tunnel, so it like drives through, drops off stuff. I don't know a good way to turn around though. So maybe right here there'll be a truck station. This truck will pull in, drop off its stuff, and then it's going to come out this way. Drive back to our base. And it has a tough time going up this hill, that's for sure. One thing trucks are very useful is for transporting anything that can be used as a fuel, because they will then just use that fuel to drive. You know, so if you're transferring coal, it'll just use the coal to work. Otherwise, I gotta find a way to put fuel in this thing. Maybe I'll just do a big long, whatever this is now, conveyor. So this truck's just not gonna make it up this hill very well, and trying to keep fuel in it is not gonna be easy. I guess I could just power it with coal. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's been a while since I've been back to this base. It's so beautiful. Okay, so our modular frames, what, do they come out of here? Where do they go? There they are. Beautiful. Anything else while I'm here? I think I need more steel plates and more dense steel, so let's go ahead and grab that. Just for conveyors. Okay. So we want to output rotors. Rotors are made... Oh, rotors are made way over here, aren't they? Yeah. So we've got to somehow get these to a truck stop where the truck can get to. That might be another episode to get these out there, but let's bring a bunch so we can craft some motors. So there's not a lot of ways for the truck to turn around right here. So if we do a truck stop, it's going to be out here, I think, on the road. Maybe right here. So truck station. Oh, this thing's huge. It's got an input and output, and then a fuel output or fuel input as well. So maybe we put it closer to the coal. Nice if it wasn't on this big hill, but this whole thing is a hill. The flattest area is up here. Okay, yeah, this is the flattest area. Right there. Okay, so the truck drives under this thing. And it's going to have the fuel and the thing, and then we say, well, this is a unloading or loading. This is a loading zone. And say, okay, grab some of these. We'll pipe up some coal. Let's get the truck. I'm actually in the truck, please. Oh, perfect. There just has to be a rock right where the fuel input is. Oh, well. Okay. So right here. Truck station status unloading. So putting it in there. Am I not close enough? My inventory full? It's not going up. It says it's unloading. Oh, power. Power. That's what we're missing. There she goes. I didn't want you to do that, I guess. Load it. That's gonna put it all back on the truck. That's fine. Should all fit. She's full. Just missed a battery. Okay, so that will fill it up. That's pretty cool. That's easy to do. And then we need to turn on autopilot. How do I do that? Yeah, I'm trying like every button here. Oh, look at this. It's C. Okay, so we say start recording. It's recording. Nice. And it's going to leave little way markers down there so it knows where to go. I should probably drive nice and slow so this thing is not going to flip over, is it? Drive stuff down to my base. Take a nice right in the center. Cool. Big wide turn here. Push the gas again, go around this corner. The bridge is here, I'm a little bit nervous out, but it should be right through the middle. And then we're going to come down here. We're going to brake. And turn. And unload. And we'll just like sit here for 10 seconds. Okay. And then we'll head off again. Simple as that. Cool. So that's button C. It's the same button you ping with. Is how you turn on the recording. And I'm only going to have one truck down here, so I don't need to worry about them hitting each other, going up and down. So I can drive back up the same way I came. Oh, this is gonna be fun just watching this thing go back and forth. I wonder if if there's not any items, it will keep driving, because I don't need it to always bring rotors. Wonder if there's a way to program it with something like that. Alright, we'll hang a big turn around here. And we've made it back around. We'll go ahead and load it up again. It drops it off like that. Then we hit C and we say finish recording. Okay, do your thing, dude. Go. Do it. What are you not? Autopilot active. Is it waiting to be filled up? What if I take some out of here? What is it waiting for? There it goes! There she goes. I want to ride! I want to ride! Come back! You're too fast! Oh my goodness, that thing's flying. That's faster than a conveyor, I think. To move all that items? Wow. That's awesome. I just wanted to figure out why it waited so long. Oh, in the patch notes, they changed the fog so I can actually see a little bit. Come back, truck. Oh, it's already there. It already made it. Did it run into the wall? It did. It smashed into the wall. It was going too fast. Alright. You've got a lot of fuel, so I'll just take what I need out of you. Put anything back? We need that for a minute. Okay. See you later, tow truck, whatever. That's so funny. Here, take some rotors. Look at all those motors. Woo. Go, go, go. Make me a motor. I really just want 50 motors so I can get the Logistics Mark III and some of the other stuff unlocked. I'm probably going to rework a lot of this factory. Now that I have all the machines kind of down, it's much easier to see how I need to spread them out to make pathing a little bit easier. So, although that looks beautiful. Look at that copper just like rotating like the sushi boats, you know, like going around. That's beautiful. What I want to do, one of my goals is to get one of every item and somehow get it on a conveyor that just loops. So it's just, you know, like a sample of every single item that just goes around in a circle forever. That's going to be like my display case around my storage area. But we have motors, guys. That was our goal. It's not fully automated. It's not the most pretty, but we do have the beginning of a steel factory here going. So if you like the episode, hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.